okay?
There, there's a note left and our daughter's gone.
A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter?
6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old.
In this episode, we shine a light on one of the strangest and most horrific crimes that shook America in the 1990s, the death of 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey. This crime, which took place in the heart of Boulder, Colorado, has left questions unanswered to this very day. JonBenét Ramsey was a 6-year-old girl who lived a life of luxury. Her family was one of the wealthiest in Boulder. Her father, John Ramsey, was a successful businessman in the electronics industry, which afforded them a lavish lifestyle filled with travel, designer clothing, and extravagant homes. JonBenet had participated in numerous child beauty pageants and became a well-known face in these competitions, winning multiple awards. Despite this life of privilege, this innocent child became the victim of one of the most grotesque crimes of that era. On the morning of December 26, 1996, Patsy Ramsey, JonBenet's mother, woke up to find a strange, handwritten ransom note on the back stairway of their home. The note, long and unusually detailed, demanded $118,000 in ransom, a sum that matched the annual bonus received by her husband, John Ramsey. The text of the note was theatrical, containing phrases like,
"We are a small group representing a foreign faction. If you contact the police, we will kill your daughter."
What raised suspicions was that the paper and pen used to write the note were from items found within the house, suggesting the writer had spent a considerable amount of time inside the home. It was also strange that the note contained numerous grammatical and literary errors, leading some to speculate it was not a real ransom note, but possibly an attempt to cover up an internal family crime. At 5:52 a.m., Patsy called the police to report her daughter's disappearance. The police quickly arrived at the home and began their investigation. Initially, the investigators focused on finding evidence of an intruder or abduction, but they found no clear signs of forced entry through windows or doors. What was strange, however, was that despite the ransom note, the police did not secure the crime scene properly, allowing family members and friends to wander freely throughout the house. This oversight likely led to the destruction of potentially crucial evidence. Furthermore, reports indicated that JonBenet's father exhibited strange behavior during the investigation, seeming confused and unusually anxious, which made some investigators question his potential involvement in the crime. Around 8 hours after the initial report, the police asked John Ramsey and a friend to search the house once again. It was then that John discovered his daughter's body in a small room in the basement. The body was wrapped in a blanket, with duct tape covering her mouth and a cord tightly tied around her neck. The horrific details of the crime? The autopsy revealed that the cause of death was strangulation after a severe head injury. The cord used to strangle her was made from a paintbrush, an item found in her mother's belongings. Traces of DNA from an unknown individual were found on her underwear. The greatest surprise, however, was how the body was found. JonBenet's father discovered her himself, which raised questions about how he knew exactly where to look. This added another layer of mystery to the case. The note seemed suspicious from the outset. How could someone spend so much time inside the house writing such a detailed note? Why request a specific amount of money, $118,000, instead of a round figure? Why write a ransom note while the child was still inside the house? Expert analysis? It was found that the handwriting in the note seemed to mimic a specific person's handwriting, but no suspect was ever identified with certainty. Suspects in the case. The Ramsey family. Suspicion initially fell on the parents and JonBenet's older brother, Burke. Some speculated that the ransom note was an attempt to cover up an internal family crime. Investigators questioned the behavior of the parents after the body was discovered. However, DNA analysis later excluded them as direct suspects. Gary Oliva. Gary lived nearby and had a criminal record involving previous assaults. In 2016, he confessed that he had done something wrong to JonBenet, but his DNA didn't match any of the evidence found. John Mark Carr. In 2006, John Mark Carr shocked everyone by confessing to the murder of JonBenet. However, he was not in Colorado at the time of the crime, which invalidated his confession. Santa Claus, Bill McReynolds. Bill was a local man who played Santa Claus at events and had visited the Ramsey home days before the crime. Interestingly, his wife had written a story about a little girl being kidnapped and killed in her home, but no evidence ever linked him to the crime. Investigative mistakes. The case was plagued by several missteps that complicated the investigation. Number 1. Contamination of the crime scene. Allowing family and friends to wander through the house led to the destruction of vital evidence. Number 2. Delayed identification of suspects. Some suspects were not thoroughly investigated until years later. Number 3. Neglect of comprehensive testing. Despite the presence of foreign DNA, it was not connected to any known suspects. The case garnered widespread media attention, leading to a flurry of rumors and conspiracy theories. In 2008, authorities issued a statement apologizing to the Ramsey family, confirming their innocence. To this day, the case is considered one of the most puzzling crimes in American history. Although more than 25 years have passed since the murder of JonBenét Ramsey, the case remains one of the most mysterious in American criminal history. Early investigative errors, the wrongful accusations aimed at the family, and the media's sensationalization of the story only complicated matters further. Yet, the killer remains unknown, leaving many questions unanswered. This case highlights the importance of thorough investigations and the dangers of rushing to judgment, reminding us of the challenges justice faces when crucial evidence is mishandled. JonBenet's name remains etched in everyone's memory, a symbol of lost innocence in a world full of uncertainty. No matter the answer, our questions remain unsolved. Who killed JonBenet? Was there someone else inside the house that night? What is the connection between the ransom note and the evidence found? I look forward to your opinions in the comments. In the end, the truth remains elusive, but the search for it continues. Her case continues to inspire us to reflect on justice and how it should be achieved. For those who want to hear this story on Spotify or dive deeper into the details, you can get the full ebook, which contains additional events and exclusive insights not covered in this video. You'll find all the links in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more gripping stories. Thank you for your support, and see you soon in a new tale.